I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I was 6 feet under. But now it's your turn to face the
It's Friday.
Yeah, it is.
Friday.
Woohoo, buddy.
Da-na.
Da. No, wait, that's Monday.
That's Monday.
It's Monday.
I know, but it does still roll the same.
I mean, yeah, it's same.
It makes me smile a little bit.
Little?
Just a little. Not as funny as if it was on Monday.
Because it's Monday.
Because it does belong on Monday.
That would be Monday.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's the weekend.
It is, well,
For those who have weekends.
for those who have weekends.
I don't know. I've almost forgotten what a weekend feels like.
I don't know what weekends are anymore.
I don't either. Maybe one day when I grow up, I'll get to find out what a weekend's like.
Well, I mean, everybody's working for the weekend.
Yeah, but I'm apparently not. And if I am, I haven't made it.
Haven't made it yet.
Haven't made it. I'm not there yet.
I haven't done it yet.
It's not time.
Not time yet.
Oh, well. You know
it's
what's
fine.
just in time for the weekend.
Yeah.
CDC has changed its guidelines to masks.
Right. And so a couple of companies have too.
Well, yeah, they're going to. You know, fully vaccinated people can now throw away their masks when shopping at Trader Joe's, Walmart, Sam's Club, and the Costco.
Okay, I'm fully vaccinated.
Me too. I don't know how you're going to prove that.
I don't have to.
Well, no. But let's just say, for the sake of it, how do you prove that? How would you? You're going to have somebody stand at the door going, "Pardon me, sir, I need to see your vaccination record."
Nope. Sorry, that's private confidential information.
That's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that kind of like violating
Nope.
HIPAA?
That's HIPAA violations. I can't show that to you.
In a separate announcement on Friday, the company's invited shoppers who have been taking the vaccine to come into their stores without wearing masks in compliance in accordance with the CDC's new guidelines. However, the stores say they will comply with any state or local mandates.
So Broward County is kind of out of luck.
Screwed. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of them that are like that. Quote, in the Costco's, the locations where the state and local jurisdiction does not have a mask mandate, we will allow members and guests who are fully vaccinated to enter the Costco without a face mask or face shield. We will not require proof of vaccination, but we ask that members ask for members' responsible and respectful cooperation with this revised policy. Face coverings will still be required in healthcare settings, including the pharmacy, optical, hearing aid, blah, blah.
Okay.
Why?
You're literally in front of somebody's face.
Not just that. You realize that in Costco, the pharmacy, the optical, and hearing
all
aid
the
area,
same place.
it's all open. It's not like it's a separate office. It's not like
open
there's
air.
it's all open thing.
Right.
So all the same germs are all floating around. The Costco continues to recommend that all members and guests, especially those who are at higher risk, wear a mask or a shield. In those Costco locations where the state mandate or state and local jurisdiction doesn't have a mask mandate, we will follow the state and local regulations and continue to require members and guests to wear a face mask or face shield. So which is it? If you're not going to ask for their if you're obviously not going to ask for records or proof of vaccination,
Which they can't legally.
you really can't.
legally.
Then how are you going to then be abiding by state and local mandates, which may say, no, everybody still has to wear a mask? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. How do you?
Then it's just you go by whatever local setting it is. That's all it is.
Which translates into if you live in a city or town or whatever that says you still have to wear a mask, then
you do.
Then you still have to wear masks, and other people can go to other
Places and not have to
Costco's
worry
and
about
don't
it. Yeah.
have to.
Yep.
Walmart executives reportedly sent a letter to all Walmart and Sam's Club stores. Quote, as well as supply chain facilities encouraging employees to get vaccinated. Employees who are fully vaccinated will be permitted to work without face masks starting May 18th.
Well, they are your employer, and they do pay for your insurance. So technically, if you go get vaccinated and they require it, then yeah,
but that's not a requirement
for a job. Yeah,
that's not a requirement.
Well,
they didn't
not
require
wearing
it. They
a
just said
face
if you
mask.
want to wear a face mask.
Yeah, that's a requirement. If you don't want to wear a face mask, you have to get the vaccine. And
Yeah, but do you know how
prove it to
long?
us.
Do you know how it would have to run in order for that person to get found out that they don't have it?
It's Walmart.
Adding the letter said it was adding that some workers may have to continue to wear face masks for health or sanitation reasons. The letter added that, quote, masks will also continue to be required by some state and city ordinances, and we will follow those requirements.
Sure you will.
Again, you're not doing anything. The CDC is saying you don't have to. You're saying, oh, good, we don't have to. Oh, but we're following the state and city and local ordinances and whatever. Well, those are the ones that are all saying you have to.
So the reason why, and I know why, they're trying to make sure they don't get sued or closed down by local ordinances.
Yeah.
Which makes sense
business-wise. But that's not having a backbone.
But it makes sense business-wise.
No.
And that's all they're not.
Of all of this.
Large corporations don't have backbones.
Yeah, which is ironic considering there's more of them.
Right. Well, the whole point of being a large organization is the fact that you don't have to have a backbone to survive.
No, well.
You can slither around and get into other areas without having to worry about it.
That's On Thursday, after months of telling fully vaccinated Americans to continue wearing masks, the CDC finally issued new guidelines that vaccinated people do not have to wear masks indoors.
Yay.
I mean, I've not been wearing masks indoors this entire time.
I had to at the dentist.
I have to at work.
I had to at the dentist, but that's because I wouldn't have been able to be seen by the doctor if I wasn't able to go.
Which is dumb.
Because he then had to tell me to pull my face mask down and so he could look inside of my mouth.
Because that makes sense, doesn't it?
Because he's a dentist, and that's what he does.
Yeah, so then what are you worrying about the mask for? I'd be more worried about halitosis at that point. If I was him. If I was him.
Well, I definitely, at least rinsed before I went in.
Oh, yeah. You ever notice that when you go to the dentist, you get paranoid? Like, you don't worry ever about your breath at any other given moment, but by God, you're getting ready to go to the dentist, you're gargling mouthwash on the drive there.
Well, no, not me anyway.
Did you rinse? Did you gargle before you got there?
Not before I
rest
got
my
there.
case.
Not before I got there.
But before you
when
left
I
here?
woke up, but that's because my tooth was hurting.
But you did it before you left here.
Because my tooth was hurting.
It's your lie. You tell it how you want to.
That's right. I will. Shut up. No. But I'm not concerned about halitosis or bad breath. That's not what I'm concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I was generally unconcerned today for some. Not today, but what was it? Yeah, it was today, right? It was this morning.
Yeah,
it was this morning. I am tired.
Yeah,
you don't know this.
I was gonna say that's what happens when you have the wisdom teeth issue there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I am tired. Anyway, so this morning when I went, I was completely unconcerned.
Yeah, because
I was just tired.
Your mouth hurt too bad.
I was like, you know what? We just need to get this done. They do the whole consult thing. So I'm sitting there. They bring me back. I talk to the nurse. She goes over what the doctor's going to talk about. And then she does some preliminaries, gets the blood pressure and everything like that. I'm cracking half jokes because why not?
Because you're trying to take your mind off your mouth hurting.
Exactly. And then the doctor comes in and he's right around our age.
Mm-hmm.
But this is all he's been doing since he got out of dentistry.
Okay.
So
Which was what, last week?
No, apparently. No, it's been 7-8 years.
Oh, okay. Well,
so, I mean, he has a good dentistry.
Okay.
So anyway, he was he was burning through the checklist. He was doing the thing I've gone through this spiel 7,000 times. Just click, 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 click. And then he looked at me and he's explaining stuff. He looked at me. He's like, so you good? Do you understand everything? It's yeah, we're good. Okay, I got to tell you this because this, and this. but don't worry because it's not actually a problem. I just have to tell you that because of the way that your nerves are set right in your mouth and blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, great. That way you know the issues. If something happens, you know that I told you. Okay, great.
That's how it should be.
Great, no problem.
Simple and easy.
Okay, awesome. Are you good? Do you have any questions? Nope. I just want to get an appointment to get this done. Great.
Can you do it now?
Can like right now we can you can put me out. No.
I got all day.
Because apparently sedation means that I have to have a driver.
Oh, well.
I have to have a driver for sedation. Anyway, so he does that. Nurse comes back in. She's like, okay, here's all the paperwork for everything that he just talked about. Here's kind of the price range and everything that we're going to do. And we'll take you up front and get you an appointment. Great. I wish we could have just done this the first time.
Yeah, really.
I wish I could have like just set the appointment for this.
For
Next
that.
thing
Yeah.
now. Like that was
Yeah.
now, today.
So I ain't got to wait.
Yeah.
I hate
Because I mean, I don't want to wait.
I hate dentists. I mean, I hate doctors too, but I mean,
That's the thing. I actually don't hate dentists.
I
I,
don't like
understand
going.
people's concern with dentistry. And like, dentists are the least favored doctor ever.
normally it wouldn't bother me, but I'm slightly traumatized from like the last time I'd gone.
Like everyone hates dentists
Or
for
not the
some
last
reason.
time.
They have the highest suicide rate of any doctor.
But you look it in the mouths like that, I would too.
right.
It's like, how does that not?
Honestly, my biggest concern was if he like pointed out like anything else inside of my mouth. It's like, yeah, this. We need to fix this. I was like, but he didn't do that. He was just like, your main concern is that is that wisdom tooth, isn't it? Yep, I can tell.
It's a tad inflamed.
He's like, this is a flat image, but I can tell.
I can see it. It's there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it made no sense that I had to wear a face mask into the doctor's office to then have to take my face mask off so the doctor could look in my mouth.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's not, because it's the same stupidity that goes on everywhere now, especially the restaurants and stuff. Like, again, you feel like you need to wear a mask. By all means,
Wear it.
wear it.
All for you.
I'm not going to fault you. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to, nothing.
If you really want it, it's all for you.
I just, but this whole trying to make everybody else do it, it's dumb.
Yep.
It's dumb.
I agree.
And then and this is a crock. You could tell, like, and just before we finish this article in particular, scroll down to the bottom, right there. Walensky had noted that vaccines, that would be Rochelle Walensky, the CDC lady, noted that the vaccines had high effectiveness when combating COVID-19. Okay, now here's the quote. In the United States, vaccines were 90% effective against any infection in nearly 4,000 healthcare workers, and 94% effective against hospitalizations from COVID in an evaluation across 24 hospitals in 14 states.
Okay.
The vaccines do not have a 90% effective rate. And even if you somehow were able to make that accurate,
Like, yeah.
let's just
Fudge the numbers.
Yeah, for a moment, we'll
Right.
pretend.
Okay, let's
go
pretend
to Rochelle
Walensky's
world. Yeah, her little dream world. There.
Right.
That it's a 90% effective rate against infection.
Yeah.
You get, it's a 97 to 99% recovery rate
Already.
by itself.
Without having this.
So you actually have
Lowered the rate.
lowered the percentage of
You lowered the rate.
by taking the vaccine.
Sort of. In
Dumbass.
essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way.
In a way. But that's neither.
There are some people though who apparently are not happy
No, and they're not
with
happy.
the whole mask thing.
And
losing it, I mean.
yeah, well, it's funny you say that. So Representative Eric Swallowell,
I hate that man.
he's very upset. He swore at his own House staffer on Friday after the GOP aide, or excuse me, not his own staffer, but a House staffer I thought it was his. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Because he's a Democrat.
Yeah.
This GOP staffer told him he didn't have to wear a mask anymore, according to federal guidelines.
He swore at him.
Swore at him. He spat at him.
So
Swallowell spat.
Swallowell swore.
Yes. And he was sore for it.
Seriously? Don't leave me hanging. Come on, this was getting too fun.
Swallowell responded to Wong's coverage. Wong. Yeah. The Hills, Scott Wong.
Uh-huh.
And his coverage, not disputing any part of the reported interactions and saying that he should have been more explicit.
Really?
Yeah.
So you cursing at the guy was bad enough, but now you're saying, oh, no, I didn't do it good enough. I should have crunk it up a notch?
Well, here's basically how it went. The staffer...
Actually, would have been...
Exactly, yeah. So the staffer told Swallowell,
Uh-huh.
Biden says you can take your mask off. Swallowell then confronted the staff and spat.
Okay.
Said, you don't tell me what to fucking do.
Well, I don't... Everyone knows that in the curse world, in the cuss word world...
Right. The F word.
F word is pretty much it. It's number one. It's
that's
the top. That's it. That's the line.
There are more creative words.
Yeah, but you can't. But it still doesn't. You drop the F bomb.
Unless that's like in your vocabulary on a daily basis, where
Well,
that's
no, but even
that some people the F word is literally it combines every word.
it's an adjective.
It really is for everything.
It's a descriptor.
It's a verb. It's an adjective. It's a describer. It's an adverb. It's
Possessive pronoun.
it's
really
a noun.
Weird. But no, but it is.
It's a period too.
It is a period. When you drop that sucker in a expletive intended way, and it's forceful and it's boom, that's pretty much, you really can't get any stronger than that.
No, you really can't. It's not.
And if you can make up stuff, but that's just still a long way to. It doesn't take away from it.
Yeah, he continued on saying, I had a mask on as I stepped off the floor. An aide with empty green.
That would be, daggone it.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, Marjorie Taylor.
Marjorie Taylor.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, yeah, from Georgia. Yelled at me to take my mask off. No one should be bullied for wearing a mask. So I told the bully what I thought of his order. Predictably, he went speechless. I regret I wasn't more explicit. Here's Swallowell, who is vaccinated, said.
Now I don't know. I'm going to go on a limb and assume that a staffer
didn't yell at him
for the other side, another party didn't yell at you.
Now he may have teased him. It might have been. It could have been anything. He may have been very, very specific. Hey, Swallowell, you don't have to wear the mask anymore.
I bet you he didn't even do that.
He probably.
I bet
you think he literally just.
I bet you it was probably he was passive.
No,
I don't think he even said anything to him directly. I would argue it probably was something he was talking junk about him, and he just happened to walk by.
That might be it.
And that's what it turned into.
It may be very close to that.
Because that's, and then he's going to turn around, I'm being bullied for wearing a mask.
I was bullied for wearing a mask.
What would he have still done that if it happened to have been a Democratic staffer?
I don't know. I thought he was all about the staff.
Well, with a name like Swallowell, it has to be good.
That's what I'm saying. Pretty ferocious spitting here for a Swallowell.
Well, Oblivion flickering over on Twitter. Swallowell only cursed at the staffer. That's probably better than what he used to fart on them.
Oh,
I fart in your general direction.
Except for it's not that way. Oh.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries.
That's right. Big Farmer Steve over there. What time did you wake up at, Steve and Harry? When was your appointment? Was it at 2:30?
We really need crickets. We really need to find.
We really need some
a
cricket,
cricket
sounds.
sound.
I need a cricket sounder. Because it would have worked. It would have worked great with a Fozzie Bear.
That's almost but that's almost as bad as. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did laugh at it, but the girlfriend sent me a joke today.
Oh no!
It was a meme of a guy sitting in a restaurant, and the waiter comes by and goes, "Well, sir, how did you how did you find your steak?"
Mm-hmm.
The guy looked up at him and goes, "Well, I found it next to the mashed potatoes and the green beans."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's something I would say.
That is something I would say too.
That's completely logical. Something
I found
I would
it here
say.
on my plate when
Where-
you brought it to me, you dumbass.
How'd you find the steak? Right there.
I didn't realize it was hiding. Oh.
I wasn't looking for it actually. It's very visible.
I asked for it. You came with a plate. I just assumed it was there. I didn't realize I had to go on a hunt for it.
I mean, I didn't know I had to kill the cow myself, but I'm willing. Let's go.
True. Iron Dome Slug. I don't know. I knew the F word long before I ever heard anyone use the C word.
Yeah, but the C word is kind of explicit to only one side.
Well, no, not to one side, but it is.
It is worse.
Well, I was gonna say it's like you could use the F word, like you said, in almost anywhere for anything.
Anyway,
and it still kind of has a kick to it. The C word, you're in at the end of the day, you can only call someone that. Like it's literally a curse word. It's not like you can.
I mean, it's a very explicit term for a specific thing.
And it always has to end. Because you can't say the C word in the middle of a sentence.
Oh, no.
No, you
No,
can't.
you have to end it that way.
You have to end it.
You can't.
It's always a period. There's no way
you
can
can't
have
say,
a complete
you
sentence.
blankety C word blank, 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 blank.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do that.
Because it does have that level of...
It has a stopper. That's a stopper.
It is.
Well, we're talking about like if we're shouting at somebody.
Yeah, it has a higher click level than everything else.
Yeah, I mean it's a no man's zone right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Because usually most men who say it end up dead.
That's right. That's right.
Just saying. Mm-hmm. Just saying. All right.
It's kind of it's that one word that's out in front.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And you just can't.
You can't. You mean you could, I guess.
But you can't. Because if you did.
Oblivion Flickering on Twitter. Dylan tells a dad joke. We all heard it. Thanks. Iron Dome Slug. Butchering a cow is surprisingly tedious.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but, you know.
I didn't say I was going to butcher it. I said I was going to hunt it.
It's not exactly a hard hunt.
Right.
You could almost run one over with your car and
it won't be dead after that.
no, but at least it'll be immobilized. You can just walk up and bludgeon it to death with a tire
You sit there,
iron.
wait for it to eat some grass. It'll be immobilized pretty quick. Exactly. And just whoosh. Go up, pat the head. Whoosh. It's done.
P from the SAV. Liquor could always follow. Just saying.
Well, if you lick her, it's quicker.
Liquor, I don't even know her. It's Friday. We can be done like that.
We can beat the dead horse that way.
It's funny to me.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to think if we could come up with any other like quick dead
Half-witted.
things. Yeah.
Nope, not right now. Not me.
Not on the no. I'm dragging tail too.
Are you really? I couldn't tell. Maybe it's because I'm dragging.
I fell asleep like as soon as I got into this house.
Did you really?
I did. I sat right in the chair and
I need more coffee.
didn't even miss a beat.
I think I'm going to do that.
Well, get more coffee? You mean American Pride Roasters coffee? You should. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com and get you some.
Oh, no. I
Or
mean,
the
just,
coffee pod.
I'm just right here in my mouth. a lot of stories that have very little oomph to them. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's Friday.
It is Friday, but I'm just saying, like,
Nothing's really going to drop until
and even the things that did drop
Monday or so.
are just yeah.
It's meh.
Yeah. I mean, we got that, but we already know that,
So we're not surprised by that.
but it's still there, and people are saying it now, so that's good. We got this, and this is something we should talk about for sure. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because it's both.
Yeah, but both were involved. The whole thing.
I know, but that's why it's both.
I don't know. I think no. It's both. Like they both did it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's both.
So what is their investigation going to do?
Great question, but we're going to talk about that soon.
Boo.
Ooh, yes.
That's not fair.
I have been giving half one-liners all day.
Half one-liners?
Yeah. Yeah. My wife likes to watch CSI Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Horatio Sanchez guy?
Yeah.
He always does the one-liner at the Horatio Kane. Horatio Kane.
So
Sanchez,
Horatio
whatever.
Sanchez was
It's another guy. Horatio Kane, he always makes a one-liner at the beginning of every episode.
okay.
Always has to do with whatever's going on situationally.
Okay.
So I've been making shitty one-liners.
This is Defenders Live.
Deep pro masks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize we've crossed into that realm.
Oh, yeah.
That now
There's now a thing. It's a thing.
anti-maskers and anti-vaxxers
and pro-maskers and pro-vaxxers and all the rest of it. Social media users who have come out in mass against the Center of Disease Control and Prevention's new guideline regarding masks are vowing to continue to cover their faces indefinitely.
Well, and I mean,
Indefinitely.
that's your prerogative.
That's your own. Why are you announcing it like
I
this?
know,
And that's just
But I have to question though. These are the same people who get upset about the about the right, for supposedly denying science.
yes, denying science.
You know, when it comes to climate change.
Yes.
When it comes
Right.
to
Everything else.
the genders.
Yes, when it comes to what babies are.
Yeah, anything like that. They deny those. They get upset when the people deny that, but when the CDC comes out and says something that they don't seem to like,
They just say no thanks.
they're like, no, thanks, we're not going to abide by that. We're going to,
Right.
You're dumb. So
This is what happens when you are completely indoctrinated.
and this is what happens when society is,
Uh-huh.
is controlled by society. And what I mean by that is if you have one group doing something, as long as the society at large is like, yes, we agree with that, blah, 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 factual or not, right or wrong, doesn't matter.
Right.
As long as society around it agrees with it, that's how it's going to go
Yeah, that makes sense.
until it decides to change its mind.
Right. And at which time
And then at
it'll
which-
change and swap everything.
And they will get upset about it, and they will swallow that person up and make them and force them to doing what they want to do.
Up will be down, down will be up.
Yep. If that's
Liquid
how they
will
decide.
be solid.
Yep.
Squares will be circles.
Well, they are just squares are circles, just with sides
Right. Same thing.
or corners. I guess is the
Corners.
proper
Yeah.
word.
Mhm, mhm. Many social media users responded to the announcement with concern. The announcement that the
That
CDC
you don't have to
guidelines.
Yeah, you don't have to wear. And again,
And
it's-
in some cases, outright disdain.
it doesn't. Why? It says very clearly if you've been vaccinated.
And if you want to.
Yeah, it's not a mandate. It's not saying you have to.
Dr. Jason Johnson.
Oh my God.
It's a great name.
Somebody, their parents weren't very.
Bad idea, parents. MSNBC's
failed.
political contributor and radio host and doctor
Okay. Good for him.
wrote, I will continue to wear a mask in closed buildings and restaurants, thank you. It's not an imposition on anyone else or doubting the CDC. It's just an added caution.
And that's fine if that's
why
your
are you
prerogative.
stating it then?
Yeah, why do you...
Why are you making it a big deal?
Aside from the fact that you're clearly pandering.
Because that's part of your
You're-
job
you're,
as a contributor
Well, no, but I'm saying you're all...
to MSNBS.
Yeah, you're... what is the phrase
What's that?
where you do good... You do it something for somebody to see?
Oh. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I swear to God, this is my ADHD is getting worse.
It's fine.
Either my tumor is actually getting worse. One of the two. But
One of
no,
the two.
it's similar. It's similar to the pandering. It's where you virtue signaling. That's it.
There you go.
Virtue signaling.
Yes, you are
I have to-
signaling the virtues.
Problem with my brain runs so damn fast. Yeah, the rest of my body, maybe my mouth can't keep up with it. So after a while, my brain runs so far ahead that
You
I just
lose
kinda,
track of where you were.
I do. I lose track of it, and I'm like, I know what it was, but I can't think of it. So I have to wait for my brain to come back and make the loop to come back and catch me again.
Yeah. Because you run in circles, and that's
It does run in circles.
It does. It's a complete loop.
And I have to wait for him to loop back behind me to catch me. So I go, what was that? You said it. He's like, oh, I said it was a virtual signaling.
And then come back around again.
And then come back around again.
Yep, Dr. Leanna Wynn, former head of Planned Parenthood and CNN analyst, added that, quote, the CDC has gone from one extreme to another, from overcautious to throwing caution into the wind. By not requiring proof of vaccination, they are essentially eliminating mask mandates and physical distancing. This could disincentivize vaccinations.
I have a...
Disincentivize.
It's all caps, so I've got to like
Disincentivize.
vaccinations.
I have to see something.
What are you?
I'm curious
Well,
about
while
something.
you go through that,
Hold on, I need to see her name.
her name Leanna Wynn.
Yeah. Who?
Leanna, L-E,
No.
Dr. Leanna Wynn. Right there.
Yeah, I got okay.
Physician.
I know it's an American physician. A physician of what?
Physician.
I mean, I know she's head of Planned Parenthood or former head of Planned
She's
Parenthood.
she's a doctor.
But
who
what?
went-
What is your? Let's see.
Scroll over that way.
I am.
There you go.
American physician.
Shanghai.
Education. Washington State.
She's just a doctor. General practitioner, I'm guessing. Practicing physician. So literally just general practitioner.
Okay, so you're a general, just
And a political analyst.
But no. You're a.
Political analyst
Hold on.
with a PhD.
You're a general practitioner.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have a specialty. And you're going to turn around and try and say that the CDC and complain one way or another the CDC's throwing caution to the wind and all this other jazz?
Uh-huh. Yeah, of course.
How is it throwing caution to the wind?
Well,
Have these people been vaccinated?
sure.
Then why should they have to wear a mask?
It's not a problem. In response to Gabriel's tweet that read, Mike Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough, or Mika Brzezinski, not Mike, Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough both say they'll keep wearing their mask on planes despite being vaccinated.
Okay.
The MSNBC host added that the CDC says it as well. Probably a smart thing to do now and a good idea to keep masks on hand in the future if that person is in a seat next to you and they start hacking and sneezing. You know, the same routine in the flu season.
Again, because you're, oh my God. We are so worried about.
David Hogg chimed in, but nobody cares.
Good. I was going to say, please don't. 'cause
Arthur
nobody
John
cares.
Pavlovitz, who's much more well-known than that other kid, said, I haven't had a cold in 15 months. I'll be wearing a mask. I don't care. None of us cares. Who cares? This is
Hold on. Of course, you're not going to have a cold in 15 months. You haven't gone anywhere.
You've been
at
home.
Like,
How are you going to get sick?
and even if you weren't, then that just means that your body is doing what God had designed it to do.
Which is, fight off infections and viruses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Good job. You're taking good care of yourself.
God. Again, I don't care. I don't care. They say you don't have to. You want to wear one,
Right.
then wear one.
Well, I think that's the problem.
God bless you.
This is the point now. This is the biggest issue of all of this. A face mask has become a political symbol.
Sorry.
Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Okay. Face mask is now a political symbol. It is no longer a thing that will keep you safe, which never happened in the first
never
place.
was.
Never was. Never will be something that keeps you safe. The original reason why people wore face masks were because they didn't want to get their spit and their snot in somebody's open wound. That was the entire point of it. Hey, you know what? I'm working over top of somebody's open body. Maybe I shouldn't cough and sneeze inside of it.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't know.
But that was the point.
Oh.
Maybe my bodily fluids shouldn't get into their bodily fluids via open wound.
I mean, that is not how you make babies.
That is not how you make babies. You can't just implant that stuff anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it can't be any bodily fluid. It has to be specific ones. But that's beside the point. A face mask is now a political symbol. Your face mask, a thing that up until a year ago, you would have looked at somebody on the street with a face mask and laughed at them.
Here's
Or you would have turned and walked across to the other side of the road, especially with the neck gaiters and all the rest of it. If you have a neck gaiter, or if you have the like the balaclava or whatever else, and you're that person that wears the entire thing that covers your entire face except for a slit in your eyes now for some odd reason, and you're not Muslim, female, and you're not a female Muslim, and you're still wearing it, we would move away from that person as soon as possible, because that scene, that look, that that idea was shady, because you're not allowing people to see your face.
yeah. No, I'm at a point. I agree with you about it being the symbol. I think it actually a slight step further, and nobody likes it when I say that stuff like this. But I look at it as the yellow star from World War II. Think about it. When it was first done, oh no, everyone does it because
Except for it's self-imposed at this point.
Well, at this point it is. But it's again, it's a little bit backwards. But it's if you don't have it, then you're
chastised. The absence of it makes you worse.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a difference.
Big Pharma Steve over on Twitter, Mika. Seems like I've seen a teen movie about a search for this girl. Don't worry, Stephen Airy. The main character thought it was a guy at first too. And the funny part about it is, I just watched this movie like the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I
what
love
movie is that from?
Euro Trip.
Is it?
Love that movie.
I couldn't tell for that one screenshot there.
Because Scotty doesn't know.
What Scotty doesn't know.
No, Scotty doesn't know.
Yep.
Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We tell him she's in church, but she doesn't go. Still, she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Exactly. I love that movie. It is so good. It is so good. Asking for a friend Jack Hole on Twitter, at DOA Show, and at Stephen Airy, and at Dylan Lyles. I haven't had a cold or been sick in over 2 years. I almost never wear a mask and haven't missed a day of work. Boom. Tech Roo over there, I haven't had the flu since I accidentally drank Indonesian gutter water in the 90s. I don't think that's how you get the flu, Roo.
I don't think so. Yeah,
That's not
the flu.
Dysentery, maybe.
That was maybe dysentery.
Or some other like flesh-eating parasite, but
I mean,
not.
you could have gotten worms from that.
Yeah, not the flu.
No.
I'm not a doctor though, so what do I know?
Yeah, what do I know? I mean, only honorary. Oblivion flickering.
I was
Face,
just gonna read
face
that.
masking has become a great virtue. I remember when it was a 15-yard penalty.
Yes, flag on the play. Face mask.
Well done. Well done.
Number 45. What is it? 46.
Face masking, number 46, 15 yards, first down.
Still first down. B from the SAV. Not surprising. We are 10 years into a tasty chicken sandwich being a political sandwich.
It's very true. But chicken too good.
I know.
Chicken too
It's
good.
the mastery of the media, and nobody pays attention. Very true.
It's very, very true. Nobody cares about it.
Nobody does care, and that is probably the biggest problem.
Continuing on this rampage of masking and unmasking and non-vaxxing and vaccinations and all the rest of it. Lord, his mighty Governor Andrew Cuomo. Killer of economies and your grandmother. Declared shortly after the CDC unveiled its new mask policies that the Empire State would not be following the experts' guidelines.
Oh, so they're science denying too. See?
Right.
Science denier.
Science denier.
We are not going to follow the science from these guys who we've been touting and touting since the very beginning, and now they say something we don't agree.
Yeah, that's right. In a Thursday afternoon declaration, the CDC deigned to allow fully vaccinated Americans to return maskless, non-socially distanced lives.
How dare they?
Quote,
I mean, they're only doctors.
yeah, I mean, the CDC, we've already gone through that. But Governor Cuomo,
Who is not a doctor.
and never will be, wasn't sold on the federal government science's experts' recommendations. The New York Post reported that he had not decided if he would allow his subjects. He actually called them his subjects to enjoy normal life. In a statement issued shortly after the agency's announcement, Lord Governor Cuomo said he and his state's government, including the health commissioner Howard Zucker, would be following the facts and the science and would be reviewing the CDC's guidelines.
The CDC is supposedly the arbiter of science.
And the facts and the guidelines of
So-
infectious diseases.
Again-
I mean, if you didn't believe them, if you believed them in the beginning,
You
and
should
now
be believing
do-
them now.
Right.
And
I understand
God.
we didn't believe them in the beginning and we still don't believe them now.
Yeah, it's called consistency.
But we think it's funny that now they're saying it's fine. Quote, in New York, we've always relied on the facts and science to guide us through the worst of this pandemic. And
Really?
in our successful reopening, we've received the newly revised guidance from the CDC regarding mask wearing and social distancing from those with vaccinations are reviewing those in consultation with Dr. Zucker and our partners and health experts in surrounding states.
Isn't that what the CDC is doctors from surrounding states? Just
Shh.
shh.
Current New York rule states that fully vaccinated people cannot go without masks when they are outdoors, except when they're not in crowded areas, but must must have masks indoors, no matter what. So if they're outside and by themselves, they can not have a mask.
So you stand in the middle of Central Park with
With
nobody
a mask.
around you.
You're
And you
fine.
have to have a mask.
No, you're fine then.
No.
Yeah. They can go without masks
Oh, I guess
when
in
they're
crowded
outdoors,
areas.
except with crowded areas. But if it's Central Park, it's going to be crowded.
If it's New York City, it's going to be crowded.
Right. The one New York Republican lawmaker, however, was quick to note that Cuomo's record with nursing home COVID deaths should lead people to listen to the CDC instead of the state. The state senator, Jim Tedesco, said that, quote, our best bet is, as constituents, is to always follow the CDC because we've seen what the experts in the New York state have provided.
I mean,
Yeah, it's safer with the CDC, but
to call the CDC experts,
that's a stretch.
yeah, it's a very huge stretch. But at the same time, you're right. I mean,
In comparison
at least
to
you know,
Cuomo.
Yeah.
In comparison to Cuomo and what he's done, yeah. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's fine to do that. I think you're okay doing that.
I don't think it's a problem. I mean, again, they are the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Why they don't put the P on the end of there, I don't know.
CDCP.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that. But they're all about diseases, controlling and preventing them. If anybody, like that's their specialty, that's all they're supposedly doing. If that's really the truth, then they are kind of the experts, which means if they come out and say, hey guys, you've now been vaccinated, you don't need a mask in this situation.
And we're not going to try and force you to get a vaccination card, so have fun.
It's dumb.
Just be honest.
Science denier. He's a science denier.
He is a science denier.
And I'm going to make a meme of that.
Why not?
I am. I got to wait for the break because I don't have time to do it right now.
Right. I mean, yeah, but I'm saying, why not? Why wouldn't you?
Because it's funny.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
It's
I didn't say I
it's
wouldn't.
honest and funny at the same time. You should.
Because I'm going to put it up on Facebook and they're going to
because they're
going to
ban
block
you,
it
yeah.
and say this has not been fact checked.
This is not factual. It's a meme. Shut up. In other news,
And now for something completely different. Oh, wait. I have
you
that.
have that somewhere.
Where did it go?
Where is it?
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez. Look at this. I bet it's at the bottom.
And now for something completely different.
One more time for those in the back.
And now for something completely different.
There we
that's
go. That
better.
makes you better?
That does make
Make
you feel better.
Okay.
Maine police are investigating a bizarre incident where a 2-year-old is said to have picked up a handgun and shot his mom in the leg and his father in the head. My.
Kid got skills.
Right? Either that or it's a hell of a gun.
Right?
Sagadoke
You got this?
County, I guess.
Sagadahoc?
That's what I said. Sagadoke. The
Hashtag nailed it.
The sheriff over there, Joel Murray, said that the incident occurred at a home in West Bath around 8 a.m. on Wednesday before the couple had even woke up.
Wait.
The county sheriff over there said that the child picked up the handgun from a nightstand and shot his parents.
He's 2.
The boy was also injured after being struck in the head by the gun from the recoil. Well, duh, he was 2.
2. He doesn't have the ability to control it that well.
Each parent was struck by the same bullet. Do you realize that?
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Now, go back to the first line.
The first line.
First line. Please.
Maine police are investigating a bizarre incident where a 2-year-old
Uh-huh.
is said to have picked up a handgun and shot his mother in the leg and his father in the back of the head.
Now, once again, hold on. Read this line.
Each parent was struck by the same bullet. Now, either they were sleeping really weird.
Or they were getting it on.
Well, or that kid was playing. Think about it. If he'd have got it and walked away and turned and then just happened to turn this way, he could have been angled to where it would have hit the leg and then hit the head. So, but, hear me out though.
Uh-huh.
In order for it to do that, do you realize how powerful
That gun
the gun
is.
had to be?
And then recoiled and smacked him in the
Well,
face.
he's 2. A 22 would have recoiled and popped him in the face.
I don't know about that.
No, I do.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, no,
If he's not
come
used
on.
to shooting, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But the point is in order for it to go through one's leg,
Is
out
this like
the
a
leg,
JFK thing now?
I feel like it is.
This is a JFK thing. Like he had to have been okay.
That has nothing to do with the grassy knoll.
All right. So the mom is on one side, the dad is on the other. He had to have shot
The mom
from
first.
the mom's side first,
Which means
at the foot of the bed. Like he would have had to been like somewhere close to the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
Shot, and it just happened to be a weird angle to where it got through her leg, and was able to still. And the dad had to be sleeping facing away from the mom.
At a distance.
At a distance to make that happen.
Like on a king bed, maybe?
But you do understand the very first thought that anybody has with a woman was shot in the leg, a guy was shot in the back of the head with the same bullet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm there with you.
You there?
I'm already
Okay,
there.
I'm just making sure.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Quote, the question of how the boy was able to pick up and fire a weapon is of great concern and is being investigated. This situation, while disturbing, could have been even more of a tragic ending.
Yep.
We're thankful that the injuries are not more serious.
Oh, so the back of the head shot was actually like a glancing blow.
Oh, no, I guess. All three were transported to local hospitals, but none of the injuries were considered life-threatening.
It was a glancing blow, so it had to be like a cut through.
Yeah. Which makes me think then he wasn't really, it wasn't, when we say shot in the leg, like we're thinking like.
No, this is a graze.
Full bit, yeah.
We're thinking like burn through, you know.
Yeah, this was something that,
It was a graze.
popped in, popped out, yeah.
So he had to literally be at the foot of the bed. He shot and it grazed the mom's leg, or it ripped a line through the mom's
Something like
leg,
that.
and then like grazed the back of the guy's head
Yeah.
and gave him a nice haircut.
Let's see. Mary, which is the county sheriff there, said that the couple also had a 3-month-old baby, but that the child was not at home at the time of the incident.
It was the grandma.
He was with grandma.
Yay, grandma.
He also cautioned gun-owning parents to take precautions against children having access to guns.
Duh.
Yeah, why you left it there is beyond me.
Like, why wasn't it in the case? At least then it would be harder for the kid to get.
Quote, you're never too young to be able to pick up a handgun and have an accidental discharge.
Very true.
I don't know. Start that early for a little kid. It's going to haunt him the rest of his life.
Maybe.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, I know.
Quote, so you need to take care of firearms. They need to be kept in a secure location or need to be protected with trigger lock. Gun control advocates use the incident to push a bill that would make it a crime in Maine for anyone to leave loaded guns around for a child that leads to a child firing a gun. Not killing anyone.
Just
not
firing
hurting
a
anything,
weapon.
just pulling the trigger.
Yeah, and so it's fine because nobody died.
Yeah.
People got hurt, but nobody died. So it's fine.
B from the SAV. How old does a kid have to be protected from death from the left? 2 seems to be a gray area age. Oblivion flickering also on Twitter's the kid thought his parents were being eaten by the beast of 2 backs. B from the
Kind of
SAV.
looked like T-2000.
Yeah,
When it got shot with the...
yeah. B from the SAV. Surely the facts will come out that the trial that was over an oral argument
Oh.
or during the oral arguments. Yeah. And that was good.
That's a good one. I think that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It makes me happy.
Let's just say
So,
that,
2 little year-old kid shot his
I'm just saying, she was looking for a happy ending. Apparently it was a little premature.
looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yep.
Oh
Oh, no.
That's not right.
Oh, goodness.
Poor kid. Well, why? Why do you have a gun just sitting out? Like, I have a problem like with a kid getting up. Like, I understand little kids get up and blah blah, but
And they pick up everything.
for a 2-year-old especially, you can't tell me you don't know your 2-year-old gets up early and gets up at a certain time.
Oh,
so
no, yes,
as
I
a
do know.
parent, whether
We do know.
whether you're ready or not, you need to get your butt up and go with it too, because that happens.
Yeah, you have...
At least that's me. That's why
Like, that kid must have been quiet as all crap. Just like... And sometimes they are.
sometimes they are, but what I'm saying is like, think about what could happen in that house. Forget the gun.
Yeah.
What if the mom and dad are in there sleeping and passed out and don't care and aren't, worried about the 2-year-old wandering around the house alone? Who's to say he doesn't get underneath the sink and drink a,
Something.
stomach full of bleach or whatever? And then you're not going to wake up in time.
Get some Trano.
Yeah, you're not going to be waking up and going to check on that because you're too busy sleeping. Like, if you know your kid gets
Wake
up,
up,
get
there's
up with
powder
them.
all over the kid's face. Turns out to be Comet.
Yeah. What are you doing, Junior? Snorting Ajax. That's what
That's
you're
what
doing.
you're doing right there.
I'm just saying, that you get up and you handle it, because at that age, you're probably still taking naps.
No, sometimes they're not. Mine's not anymore.
Mine is.
Mine doesn't take a nap unless he's like in the car.
Oh, no, mine still does.
Oh, no. Like literally, like the only time he takes a nap is in the car.
I wish you would. I don't know.
Golly.
I kind of like it, though, because then I get to take a nap, too.
Right.
Ah. But that's okay, because when you take a nap, you get to wake up to a fresh pot of American Pride Roasters coffee.
Ooh, American Pride Roasters.
Yes, that's American Pride Roasters coffee at AmericanPrideRoasters.com. So many flavors to choose from, tea and coffee drops and chocolates and so much other stuff over there. Go check it out, AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It is historically great coffee, guaranteed
Yes.
to make you swallow every time you put it in your mouth.
For sure.
Go to mojo50.com, mojo50.com. There's a lot of other hosts and shows and things going on over there. Way better than we are. Go check them out, mojo50.com. You can also follow them on the iHeartRadio under the Mojo50 radio banner. Follow us on all social medias at DOAE Show. Make sure you like, share, comment, and all that fun jazz. We got a whole nother hour to go. Stay tuned. We'll be back. She's fine.
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 Oh, goodness gracious. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
Nice. Nice. Very nice.
Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Doodle-doodle-doo. Dooba-doo-boo-boo-doo.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da.
Boo-doo-doo-ba-doo-boo. Dooba-dooba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ghostbusters. Something strange.
Neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
What are you gonna call?
Who are you going to call? It's Ghostbusters.
There's something weird, and I don't look good.
Who are you going to call?
It's Ghostbusters.
Do 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 do.
Oh, I lost it. Ghostbusters. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! I don't know why I keep yawning.
Not enough coffee.
Technically, this is my second cup.
Only?
Well, this evening.
Oh, okay.
That's why I have my cup.
Then you need more oxygen to the brain.
Yeah. Or I just need to go to sleep.
I mean, we both woke up pretty early this morning.
Yes, we did.
And I'm still on that, West Coast time. For some reason, my body's still on West Coast time. And I was only out there for a week. So,
It'll do it to you.
yeah, I'm hitting up. Yesterday, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'm still awake.
What
I'm still
the
wide
hell?
awake.
What the hell?
Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, boys. Get out of the tool shed.
That sounds like Obama.
King of the Hill, Obama. Very similar.
Tomato, tomato.
That's right.
Damn
Damn it, Joe. Get off that girl.
Can I answer you in a propane accessories? I love that movie. I'm being told the new one is
Terrible.
actually going to be good.
Like the one with the grandkids?
I don't know. Whatever one is the newest one that's coming out.
The newest one coming out is the one, it's the grandkids
Okay.
and it has the kid from Stranger Things as the main grandkid or whatever.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's supposed to be pretty good. And they start a new generation of Ghostbusters.
Which is what they should have done with the...
instead of the all-female
No, I mean, it could have been all female.
They could have done it.
They should have done it.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra. I wanted to say Xavier Gugat, but
It's not the same.
no, that one's way old and dead. Told the White House committee, told the House committee this week that there is no law outlawing the practice known as partial birth abortion. Becerra's assertions likely came as a surprise to his boss, the President Joe Biden's, who voted for the law when he was a U.S. Senator and to the Supreme Court, which upheld the partial birth abortion ban in 2007.
So it's not just Joe Biden that is losing his marbles. It's his entire staff.
That's what it sounds like.
His entire staff is losing their
Entire
marbles.
staff.
Like
sounds
everyone in his staff is freaking nuts.
dumber than a box of hammers.
Or just,
Plain stupid.
yeah. Then just, they're completely nuts.
Bless their heart.
It seems like they're all losing their marbles.
Just a tad.
Just a hair.
Well, that's what happens when you stay in the same place for a long period of time. 40, 50, 60, 80, 125 years.
You forget.
Yeah.
And the people around you forget what you've done because you've done so many things stupidly.
Stupid.
So they can't keep up with all the stupid.
You big dummy.
Dumber face.
Big fat dummy dumb.
That right. That's it. That's the ticket.
It is the ticket.
That's the
It
ticket.
smells like peat moss. And
It smells like Teen Spirit.
during testimony before the House Energy Commerce Committee's Health Subcommittee Wednesday,
That's a lot. That's a mouthful.
it is a mouthful, but here's where I'm confused at. Enlighten me as to what is the House Energy and Commerce Committee's Health Subcommittee.
I don't know why they have a subcommittee for health in the Energy and Commerce
That's what
Committee.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't know why.
That
Yeah, I had
doesn't
no idea.
Make any sense.
To give people a title.
You mean like another job? Like something to do?
No. Just to give them a title so that they feel more important than they really are.
Oh. Do you realize who you are, son? What committee you're a part of?
Yeah, he's part of a committee. That committee is useless, but he's part of it.
Oh.
He's in a committee.
Yeah, that's just all he wants to know.
Right. Are you in a committee or not?
No, I'm not.
I'm not.
I don't do
And that's
committees.
why I can't stand up to this guy because, I'm not in a committee.
Oh, well.
So he'd never hear from me.
Yeah. But anyway, during this testimony on Wednesday, Representative Gus Bilirakis of Florida, he's a Republican, pressed Becerra on whether the Biden administration would uphold the ban.
It's a good question.
The lawmaker also asked the secretary if he believed the practice to be illegal.
Huh.
Becerra responded by denying that a legal ban on partial birth abortion even exists.
So he didn't know about it at all.
No.
He was like, that's not a thing.
No. Because again, that's what happens when you have a lot of voices saying, oh, yes, it's your, my body, my choice, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And not
Not actually going about what the law
fighting
is.
and arguing and saying, I'm sorry, but you actually don't. And
That's not your body. It has a completely different DNA structure.
Yep.
It's just inside of you.
Quote, yeah, it is. Quote, we will continue to make sure we follow the law, Becerra said. Continuing on. With due respect, there is no medical term like partial birth abortion.
Wait, what?
And I would probably have to I would probably have to ask you that you mean by that to describe what is allowed by law. Roe v. Wade is very clear.
No, it's not.
It's settled precedent.
No, it's not.
A woman has a right to make decisions with her reproductive health,
By the way, Roe v. Wade is not law.
and the slaughtering of an unborn child is not reproductive health. Quite the opposite, actually. Kind of weird how that works.
Right. Yeah. Reproductive health has nothing to do with killing a child in your womb.
Yeah.
That's not reproductive health. That's actually the opposite of health.
Is it the
In
opposite?
it's the opposite of health in the reproductive areas.
Huh.
It's death. Death is the opposite of health in the reproductive areas. So
Weird.
saying that it's okay to kill something inside of your reproductive areas because you feel like it's something you don't want, even though you wanted the action that caused it.
Now, why would you say such a thing?
I mean, that's normally how it is. It's taking
It's all
responsibility.
About women's, it's all about
I mean,
women's health.
Well, sure, yeah. I'm all for women's health. I mean, I have 3 daughters and a wife. I'm all for women's health. Reproductive rights as far as a baby is concerned has nothing to do with the woman carrying it.
Bilirakis did not let the secretary off easily and asked if he agreed with the ban on partial birth abortion, to which Becerra responded, quote, "There is no law that deals specifically with the term partial birth abortion. We have a clear precedent in the law on the rights of women and reproductive health care." Emphasis was added
He added the emphasis.
on that proper syllable. Yeah.
Right.
Representative John Joyce, Republican from PA, confronted Becerra on his claim that there is no law banning partial birth abortion, pointing out that the actual section of the U.S. Code dealing with the topic is titled Partial Birth Abortions Prohibited.
Wait a minute.
So it literally is there, and not is it obviously.
Are you saying that
there
it's not a real thing, but it's in our U.S. code? Is that what you're
as
saying?
a real thing? Yeah,
As a real thing?
Yeah.
He says it's not real?
Yeah. Becerra ignored the language of the statute and responded by saying that though the term partial birth abortion is recognized in politics, it is not a medically recognized term.
Okay, you keep going.
I don't understand what a medically recognized term. Does it have to be a medically recognized term to be a thing? You know what I mean? Because a medically recognized term is the scientific name for when, you have to get your stomach pumped because you drank too much, or, you're doing something you shouldn't also be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There's a medical term to that. There's an actual medically recognized term for getting a stomach pumped. We say stomach pumped. They call it something else. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's what he's saying.
Uh-huh.
Here's what he's saying. Because technically, there is, in medicine, the term partial birth abortion doesn't exist.
Okay.
And that is true.
Okay.
Instead, what it actually refers to is the dilation and extraction of a baby that's still in the process of being formed.
Yeah, it's called a D&E for short.
Yeah.
Late-term miscarriages have to deal with that.
A D&E is basically partial birth abortion. No, it's D&E, dilation and extraction.
It's right here. I'm reading it. Maybe the D&C, the D&C is the cleaning out of the the miscarriage.
That's
it.
That's miscarriage. Yeah,
that was my fault. I was combining them wrong. You're right. Anyway,
but yeah, so the term partial birth abortion doesn't actually exist other than politically, but it is law. It is in our U.S. code, and we all understand what it means.
just because it's not in the medical code doesn't mean anything. It's a law.
It literally says right here in Wikipedia. I'm going to go to Wikipedia because he'll use Wikipedia. In the United States law prohibiting the form of late-term terminations of pregnancy, it's called partial birth abortions, referring in medical literature as intact D&E.
Dilation and extraction.
That's it.
Yeah.
That. So he's saying it's not a real term, but what is true is that It is.
Again,
It's a real term. It's an easier to understand term than dilation and extraction.
yeah. What is it? I'm trying to think of a good one right now. Like, was it
Which one? What are you talking about?
something about the brain,
What do you mean? What about the
like
brain?
a hemorrhage,
Mm-hmm.
like basically a brain hemorrhage.
Okay.
Okay, there's actual. I had it in my head and I lost it because
Well, it's your brain. So
I know.
obviously-
I'm waiting for the brain to catch up again. It's done the lap. It's doing its
it's
lap.
doing its lap
we're
around.
still across
Yeah,
the other side.
You'll catch in a few seconds. Here.
It probably will. But anyway, it's the same thing. Like you could sit here and say it. Well, I have vertigo. Well, they call it something else.
Right.
It's there's always a different name for it, but it doesn't mean it's not there.
And so the funny thing is he's using he's using Roe v. Wade as precedent. Well, before Roe v. Wade, there were 14 different court cases that caused precedent of it not being the case. So we had precedent before Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
That precedent before Roe v. Wade said a child is a child from conception. It is a life from conception. Humans are humans from conception. Done deal. We had that as precedent for I think it was 13. I might be overestimating, but
People
I
are
think it was
people
13.
too.
People are people too. So Roe v. Wade was the first. It was the first one in a long line of precedent that said otherwise.
Yep. Becerra was clearly and purposely ignoring the law that is on the books, and the fact that his boss, President Joe Biden, voted for the bill in 2003, sending it to then President George W. Bush's desk for his signature.
Huh.
He also ignored the fact the Supreme Court in 2007 ruled the ban as constitutional.
Oh, so there's actual precedent against what he says in the court.
Yep. The relevant portion of the law is the 18 U.S. Code, subsection 1531, partial birth abortions prohibited. Not only uses the term partial birth abortion in its title, but it also employs the term in the text of the law and even provides a definition for the term, helping to avoid confusion and attempts to pretend it doesn't exist.
Hey, that's funny. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we did. It's really funny that it's there. We thought it was funny. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. It
But-
says.
I wasn't going to go to
Well, yeah,
it
but I
because
mean,
we all know what
we all know what it is.
partial birth abortion is by
Yes.
definition.
We do.
And the fact that they've turned around and actually have spelled it out in the law, I mean, that says something.
It's funny that B&E also means breaking and entering because it basically means the
Isn't
same
it,
thing.
though?
It means you got a D&E and then a B&E.
Let's see. Oblivion flickering over on Twitter. If the
funny to me.
youngest Americans can be killed by partial birth abortion, will they use accelerated death completion to justify eliminating the oldest of Americans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they will.
That's fantastic.
That's called death courts, and they're happening.
Yeah, the death panels.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That definitely things.
It's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
No
So
matter where you turn.
speaking of the Joe Bidens,
Damn it. I don't want to talk about Joe Biden.
okay, that's fine. We'll talk about one of his staff.
I don't want to talk about his staff either. That's that is something between him and his wife.
I don't think so. I don't think it's been that way for quite a long time.
It was between. There was a time.
At least twice. President Joe
Ew.
Biden's sole administration pick,
His soul? What?
his sole administration
Oh,
pick
soul.
to fail in making it through
As
the Senate
one.
confirmation has landed a gig in the White House anyway.
Oh, good.
Yes.
You know what they say? If at first you don't succeed,
Try again.
Try again.
Sometimes on your knees. Neera Tanden.
Ew. That's not right.
Sometimes you got to beg and plead. What are you doing? What's the problem here?
Way down on my knees.
That's right. Neera Tanden, whose nomination for the Office of Management and Budget Chief was withdrawn because apparently they didn't have enough senators to approve her,
Okay.
is now senior advisor to Joe Biden.
Okay.
CNN reports that according to the White House officials, Tanden will be planning for potential policy changes that could result in the forthcoming U.S. Supreme Court decisions on Republican legal efforts to strike down the Affordable Care Act.
Okay.
In her new role. The outlet noted that Tandon previously worked in the Obama administration. She most recently served as the head of the left-wing think tank Center for American Progress.
Oh, good.
And reportedly a close ally of the White House Chief of Staff, the Chief Staff, Ron Klain.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. Tandon's OMB nomination, or, Management and Budget Office.
Oh, okay.
Nomination was derailed after hearings focused on several of her past tweets, wherein she attacked several senators who would weigh in on her fitness for the role. Tandon hit out several Republicans in and now deleted tweets, which resurfaced once her nomination was announced again.
Oh, isn't that convenient?
Yeah. During the hearing, Rob Portman from Ohio reminded her of these things. He said, you wrote that Senator Susan Collins is the worst and that Tom Cotton is a fraud, that vampire have more hearts than Ted Cruz. You called Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell Moscow Mitch and Voldemort, and on and on and on, and I agree.
Right.
But the former OMB pick did not just attack Republicans. She also targeted Democrats and Democratic Socialists, Bernie Sanders.
Not the Bernie.
The Bernie Sanders. During the Democratic presidential primary, prompting him to complain to the Center of American Progress. At the time, Tandon apologized to the Center for any hurt that her rhetoric and language have caused, and admitted that she spent months ahead of her nomination deleting several social media posts. She spent months deleting her social media to make sure that she was okay for nomination. It didn't make any... How about just not do that crap?
Well, no. Who cares? If you truly believe it,
Then don't delete it.
that should be a t-shirt.
If you believe it, don't delete it.
I like that.
I think it works. And then have a little Twitter
Yeah.
hashtag
Or something?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. No, have the Twitter logo thing. Well, we can't do the Twitter logo, can we?
no.
Oh,
No.
we can't.
No, but just period, though.
Yeah.
If you believe it, don't delete it. That goes for everything.
Yeah. If you believe it, don't delete it.
There's no reason why you shouldn't have put it out there. I mean, if you truly think that it's a real thing.
If you really think that Ted Cruz has less hearts than vampires, if you truly think that Mitch McConnell is Moscow Mitch or Voldemort.
Yeah, I mean, on and on and on and on.
Susan Collins is the worst.
Well, we agree with that one.
Everybody agrees on
But
that
again,
one.
that's my point. Is so what? Some people are going to agree with it and some of them aren't.
Yeah. Because you're trying to be politically savvy at that point. Okay, so you were for the Center. You worked for the Center for American Progress. That means you were outside of the political realm and still inside the political spectrum. You were able to affect things by not having to be a politician. Then you decided to be a politician. That's your own fault.
Just do it. Just sack up.
That's your own fault.
Just sack up and admit to it. Because all you're doing by hiding this stuff, by deleting this stuff, oh, no one is ever going to know.
How are they going to know?
They're not
The internet is forever.
If they find out, then they're not going to like me.
No. The internet is forever. Somebody saved it somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure. But again, you're worried about whether or not people like you because you said something that might go against something somebody else get.
Right, yeah.
Just to get a job or what. So now you're a liar.
Yeah. Just like people pad their profile, pad their
resumes
and crap.
Yeah.
Make it sound like they actually know what the hell they're doing with shit, and then they get into the job and they're like morons.
Yes.
Straight idiots.
Jack Wagon.
You really don't know what you're doing, and you padded your resume.
You
to get
dumb dummy.
You got the job off of a lie, didn't you? Yeah, I did.
You know someone. Isn't that's how you got
No,
here.
you're just really good at lying, aren't you? Yeah, that's me. I'm never going to trust you, ever.
Yeah, it doesn't work that
Ever.
way.
That's how this works. See, apparently the death knell to her nomination was when moderate Democrat Senator Joe Manchin announced that he would not approve of her.
He's not a moderate.
But he's a Democrat.
He's not a moderate.
But he is a Democrat.
But he's
since
not-
he was a Democrat and he said no, that made the split fall.
I understand that, but he's not a moderate. He just only happens to. They call him a moderate because he went against the party in that moment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't, that's all.
Manchin said on said of Tandon in February that, quote, I believe her overtly partisan statements will have a toxic and detrimental impact on the important working relationships between members of Congress and the next director of the Office of Management and Budget. For this reason, I cannot support her nomination. Duh. That's actually the best choice.
Yeah.
And you see all these people. This is why they don't want this. This is why they don't want to have the filibuster. This is why they want to make sure that whatever happens, they're always in control. Because if they're in control, they can put whatever partisan hack they want into office. And here's the thing: she now just got put into the White House. She's not in the OMB now. Now she's a direct advisor to the president.
Yay!
That's how much he wanted her in that role.
Aren't you excited about that?
That's how much he wanted somebody else from the Obama administration around him to remind him of what his job is.
Isn't that great? I think that's fantastic.
Isn't it, though? Because he's still living 8 years ago.
You
know that, right?
Oh, I know.
Like, he's at least 8 years in the past.
Yeah.
He can barely remember that Obama actually passed the Obamacare mandate.
Oblivion flickering on Twitter. Coming out of his 17-year slumber and listening to Joe Biden talk for an hour, the president of the cicadas announced that they will be hitting the snooze button until 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then following it up with, I wonder if the cicadas are having second thoughts.
I mean, they could.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I think so. Because no one hears them. We don't hear them anymore.
That's right. That's just what it is. I just don't. When it comes to politics and things like that, obviously one of the reasons why everybody gets all hyped up is the facts that everybody's completely partisan. Everybody is full of bullshit.
Yeah.
Everything is you either do it my way or or nothing else, and we're all that way to an extent, right?
Yeah, but
we're all that way to an extent.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt about that. We can't deny that, because if we did, we'd be lying.
Everybody's got a selfish twinge in them.
Yes. And especially when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to things that are like, okay, this is obviously in your face, denying what you say.
Yeah.
With fact.
And that's the bad part about it.
But you don't care.
Then it's about selfishness. It's not about actually fixing a problem.
Right. And we all have a problem with that. We've all faced that a time or two in our lives, or at least we should have by now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, because most people don't know how to argue.
Nobody knows how to argue anymore.
No.
Correctly.
No.
You can't argue correctly because you don't want to believe in the other side. So,
or no, I'm going to take it a step further. Most people learn. It's not that they don't want to argue or deal with that kind of stuff. They don't want to have the argument in the first place. A lot of people are afraid that what they believe
is wrong.
Or at least at the very least is going to have to be adjusted because there's something that they weren't thinking about or something that hasn't been.
That's comfort levels.
Yeah, you have to change who you are, change up your way of thinking, and nobody wants to be that open-minded because that's scary.
It is. It is scary for people to actually be open-minded. It is extremely scary to sit there in front of a situation and to look at something and look at every fact about it and dig in deep and figure it out and then realize that you were wrong.
Yep.
It's scary. Nobody wants to do that. And when you do that, and when you have have that conversation in front of somebody else, with somebody there shoving it in your face and saying, "Yeah, look."
Because nobody wants to be wrong.
Right.
No, wrong.
Exactly.
Okay. And then, like you said, and then again, having to own up and change and admit that you're wrong or it could be done differently. And it's just easier to force someone to go at it your way.
Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes.
No, most of the time.
Either you go my way or leave.
My way or the highway.
That's how it is.
On the open road again. Huh? What?
What? Oh, it's about the game that we're playing.
Oh.
That now yours is playing as well.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry about
and
that.
I don't play. I don't care.
I apologize.
I don't care. I don't play it.
Okay, good. I'm just saying, I apologize.
Ooh.
I got into it, and apparently I'm really good at it, so. It's what we do.
I'm having fun playing this.
Yeah, I see that.
It's better when it's on the iPad because it's bigger.
Yeah. It's huge.
Huge.
Huge. You know what I want to put on the iPad?
What's that?
Star Wars. Soto. Not KOTOR. So Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I know.
I want to put the second one on the iPad because I got the second one finally.
Is it any good?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a kind of a dumb question.
I mean, it was good when it happened originally. Yeah. No, that was great.
I've been meaning to play it, but I haven't.
You can buy it as a pack.
What, you get first
one and two? Yeah, as a package deal in the App Store. So I did that. I pressed the App Store button and got that, right? And when I did, I didn't have to pay for the first one, so I just got the other one at half price. It's like, oh, you already own this one. Here, half price.
There you
Sweet.
go.
That's what I want. That's how you do it.
What in the world?
Let's see here. What are we talking about here? Ancient origins. The Fukang meteor.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to say that right or else it'll be problems.
Very, very true.
It's...
This is Defenders Live.
Huh.
Cha-cha-cha. Oh.
Beef in the SAV, we live in a generation where we're told how good they were when they struck out a baseball. Now, unless you agree with them, you must hate them. Civil debates are over.
All I heard was Kenny Rogers right there. The little kid playing ball by himself. 'Cause I'm the best player that's ever. That's all I heard. That was no, but that's good.
Yeah,
That
fine.
makes
Yeah,
good
it's true.
points.
It's very true. It's good pointing
I just pined for Kenny Rogers just in, and
for some reason.
No, not for some reason. That was the reason. It was right there.
Oh, Kenny Rogers.
We lost him. That's so sad.
That is sad.
This is dumb.
Yes.
House lawmakers have reached a deal to create a bipartisan independent commission to investigate the January 6th, quote, domestic terror attack on the United States Capitol, end quote, and to recommend changes to protect the building in the future.
I've got a change. I've got one change.
Get the hell out?
No, I've got one change.
Oh, okay.
One change. One very specific change.
Just one.
Yeah.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Okay. Don't let people in the building.
Yeah.
Don't, as security guards, don't allow people to walk in and then call it a riot after 6 people get in and start doing stupid things.
Well, it's technically the people's capital. It's their
Okay.
So
all right.
they have the right.
Okay,
You can't tell
all
them they
right,
can't
all right.
come in.
Well, okay, then a second suggestion. All right, so it's a different suggestion. All right,
I got it.
different
Okay,
one.
okay.
Different one altogether.
All right.
Get out of DC.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Evacuate the building altogether.
It's
Y'all don't
a
need to be
swamp.
there. Y'all don't need to be there.
We have
Go
proven-
home to your constituents.
We've proven with Microsoft Teams, with Zoom, with Skype, with these 15,000
Yeah.
different with
Yeah.
Google Chats, you can do anything you need from the comfort of your home as far as a lawmaker is concerned.
So if you can do it from your home, I guarantee you could do it from your office.
So
You have your-
STFU, man.
Pretty much. The House Homeland Security and Committee Chairman Representative Benny Thompson, a Democrat from Mississippi, announced that the legislation to create the commission on Friday, which will be co-sponsored by committee ranking members, Representative John Cato from New York.
Yay! Wait, he's from New York. Never mind.
So as a Republican, he's
a Democrat.
yeah, at best.
Yeah.
Quote, there has been a growing consensus that the January 6th attack is of a complexity and national significance that we need an independent commission to investigate.
It is it? It is, Cacto?
I don't think, here's my problem with that is how independent? Is it a group of actual private citizens who are specialized in investigation?
It's like the 9/11 investigation commission.
No, I got that, but that's what I'm saying. So you're going to have...
Basically, it's going to be a bunch of people, part of the government, that are going to go and...
You have criminals investigating criminals.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And they're just going to go out and say, it was a bunch of white racist Republicans.
That's what I'm afraid of.
That's exactly what it's going to be.
I know.
Even though there's enough evidence. There's enough evidence to, one, say, to doubt that claim right there.
Yeah.
Two, to point it in a different direction. Because there were people that went to that rally specifically to destroy it.
Yeah. To blend in and everything else.
To blend in, to become ops, to destroy the crap.
To start something and, yeah. The commission will be responsible for studying the facts and circumstances which led to the events of January 6th when supporters of President Donald Trump stormed the Capitol building in an attempt to stop Congress from certifying the Electoral College votes and declaring President Joe Biden the winner of the 2020 election.
Once again, they didn't storm the Capitol. They were allowed in by the security.
Yeah.
And then a couple people decided to be stupid.
Well, not according to this.
Well, that's according to
Rioters trespassed in the Capitol building and assaulted several Capitol police officers during the day's events.
Okay.
One woman, an Air Force veteran, Ashley Babbitt, was shot by the Capitol Police and later died of her injuries.
That's her own fault.
She rushed after a cop.
That's her fault. She's an idiot.
The makeup of the January 6th Commission will be similar to the 9/11 Commission, featuring 10 commissioners, 5 Republican and 5 Democrat, who will be appointed by the House and Senate leaders in both parties.
Stupid.
Remember how long it took them to come up with anything?
Yeah.
The 9/11 Commission?
9/11 Commission took, I don't know, what was it? Like 6 years?
Something like that.
And then still it was nothing.
Quote, commissioners must have significant expertise in the areas of law enforcement, civil rights, civil liberties, privacy, intelligence, and cybersecurity.
Sorry, what?
Current government officers or employees are prohibited from appointment.
So you can't be part of the current government? Huh. I wonder how that's going to work.
I don't know.
Huh.
The commission will have the authority to issue subpoenas in the course of its investigation, with joint agreement between the chair and the vice chair or a vote by a majority of commission members.
So who are they going to subpoena?
Oh, no, it just says they have the ability to if they need to.
But
Because you never know. You never know when you're going to have that urge and that desire and that
to need a subpoena?
to subpoena somebody.
Oh yeah, because you definitely have to subpoena somebody.
Yeah. It's not a proper investigation if someone's not subpoenaed.
Right. You have to have the subpoenas.
You do. You absolutely do. Let's see. I'll ask myself. Oh, a final report. It moved. Final report on the commission's finding and recommendations to prevent a future attack on the Capitol will be due by December 31st, 2021.
Oh, by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's going to be due by the end of the year. So they have to have a final report by the end of the year.
Quote, inaction or just moving on is simply not an option. The creation of this commission is our way of taking responsibility for protecting the U.S. Capitol. You mean like with the walls that you have up that you won't put on the border and
Right.
with the military that...
You have up
Uh-huh.
that you won't put on the border. And
After all, the Capitol is not just a historic landmark, but it was built on the backs of slaves, so who cares?
All right. Yeah.
It's where our constituents come to see their democracy in action. Well, how can they come to see it if you
don't allow them
in the
in?
building? As such, we owe it to the Capitol Police and all who enter our citadel of democracy. Does anybody ever look at the Capitol building and go, now
That's the citadel
there
of
it is,
democracy.
the citadel of democracy.
It's the Thunderdome.
That would actually be more entertaining.
I
think.
know. We need to make that.
And in this corner, weighing 245 pounds, Mitch McConnell.
He only weighs that much because of the hump on his back.
And that's the turtle shell. It's not
That's
a
right.
hump.
Yeah. Well, yes. It's all bone.
The timing of this action is particularly poignant with this being National Police Week, when we honor those who gave their lives to protect us.
Okay. So you're making a political statement inside of a political statement to where say that you're going to do that's more virtue signal. More of the virtue signaling thing. The thing that we were talking about earlier.
They're good with that.
They're really good with
politics are really good
The
about that.
virtue signaling is out the window here.
It is. It's yeah.
Woo, to the roof.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Capitol remains a target for extremists of all ideologies, as we also witnessed during the April 2nd attack that took a Capitol police officer's life. That's why we must do everything we can to ensure nothing like this can ever happen again. You can't. You can't. It doesn't work that way. You are not God. You can set up everything that you want to. Every single contingency can be covered and planned. And
Every
you're
hedge of
still-
protection, everything.
and it's not going to work.
No.
Quote, an independent bipartisan commission will remove the politicization of the conversation and focus solely on the facts and circumstances surrounding the security breach at the Capitol, as well as other instances of violence relevant to such a review, end quote.
Okay.
However, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, a Republican from California, expressed concerns at the legislation shortly after it was announced, telling reporters that he hadn't approved of the agreement and wasn't aware of the announcement would be made on Friday morning.
So the House Minority Leader, the guy that has to sign off on the thing,
Had
to make
no
sure
clue
that-
it was coming.
Yeah. So it's literally just a Democrat ran thing.
Yeah. The for being bipartisan, it's very heavily
Very one-sided.
Very heavily in the Democratic Party side.
Extremely one-sided. Kevin McCarthy's like, I didn't know about this.
I don't
thing at
know
all.
nothing about nothing,
I
sir.
haven't heard about this crap.
Yeah,
So
quote, you've got to look at what the build-up before and what's going on afterwards. Otherwise, the commission does not work. End quote.
Do you mean the buildup before the commission
Yes.
is initiated and then the buildup after it's announced?
Well, the actual, no, what happened, I think.
Oh, okay.
The actual incident.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, no, but I'm saying you have to look at it. It was like, well, was everybody actually instigated by that rally they went to of Trump's?
No, they weren't. They were flat out told to go home.
Yeah. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said that in a statement that it is imperative that we seek the truth of what happened on January 6th with an independent bipartisan 9/11 type commission to examine and report upon the facts, causes, and security relating to the terrorist mob attack, end quote.
Thanks, Nance.
There are certain people I just wish would go away.
Did she end that with a cackle?
Yeah. Maniacally rubbing her hands together.
I'll get you, my pretty.
And finally,
Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is the best one of all. Are you okay? You're going to die over there.
I know I'm going to. I need to do it quieter.
Yeah, just die quietly if you're going to die. That's all I'm saying. The Pentagon is conducting a warrantless surveillance of Americans.
No.
They're doing it, according to a U.S. senator.
Oh my, they're doing it.
Yep.
Did they close the shades at least?
No, that's why it's warrantless.
Everything is on display for everyone to see.
That's right. A letter written by Senator Ron Wyden, Democrat of Oregon.
He's a
Oregon?
great comedian.
No, not that. Not
Ron
not,
White. He's a great comedian.
No, Ron Wyden.
Oh, White. Oh.
Wyden. Wide, not White. White's the one that made the number one tequila.
Yes.
Anyway,
He's funny.
Yeah, Senator Ron Wyden demands that the Department of Defense release information about any government agencies buying location data from shady app companies to spy on U.S. citizens. Quote, I'd like to urge you to release to the public information about the Department of Defense's warrantless surveillance of Americans. Stated a letter addressed to the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd J. Austin III.
Oh, you know he's classy because he's a third.
Third, yeah. The letter refers to the media reports from February 2020 asserting that U.S. government agencies are buying location data obtained from apps on American phones and are doing so without any kind of legal process, such as a court order. Wyden writes that he has, quote, spent the last year investigating these shady, unregulated data brokers that are selling this data and the government agencies that are buying it, including China and all the rest of it. Why are you just yelling at our government? We already know they're tracking us from our cell phones.
They've been doing it forever.
Since we've had cell phones, they've been tracking us with our cell phones. Duh. Last year, the Wall Street Journal reported that law enforcement agencies were using cell phone GPS data taken from mobile apps without obtaining a warrant first. Well, if you decide, Dylan, I'm going to ask you.
Sure. No, I'll
Okay.
play along.
You're at a restaurant,
What kind of restaurant?
one that you enjoy.
You got to narrow it down a little
Okay,
more than that.
you're at a sushi restaurant.
Okay,
good one.
What's the name of it?
Rock and roll sushi.
What am I wearing?
What you're wearing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else with me?
Yes, your girlfriend.
Do I have anything? What am I getting to eat?
It's buffet sushi.
No, I got that, but like, is it which one? Like,
All of them.
I don't like all of them.
You're getting all the ones you like.
What am I drinking?
Well, you can either do the hot teas.
How's the weather outside?
It's partly cloudy. Anyway,
What's our waiter's name?
Tina.
Really?
Yeah, it's Tina. It's how it is.
Is it busy?
No. It's middle of the day.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Lunch crowd.
It would be a Tina kind of a day.
Yeah, it's a Tina day. Anyway, so you're enjoying your sushi. Okay?
Okay.
And you decide that you're going to pick up your phone and use an app
Okay.
to celebrate the sushi eating.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You're going to pin the location
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to say having a great time at this place, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
It then locates where you're at. It pins at the location. It sends it out.
Okay.
You just freely gave your information, including GPS location, out to everyone publicly.
Yes.
Why is it a shady broker deal?
Oh, I don't know. I
You just allowed. You even
You did.
signed an agreement.
yeah, that's the kicker. It's the agreement. It's
Every
not.
app out there that uses GPS location says right on it, you have to agree that you will be okay with them utilizing your GPS location for their app and their purposes. Are you okay with it? Yes or no? If no, you can't use the app. That's how it is.
No, I know that. But I don't. Again, we've known that they've been doing this. We've known that.
It's a normal process of day-to-day society now.
Yeah.
Anything you have, if you decide to put it out there, it is out there for everybody.
Well, even if you don't decide to put it out there, again, going back to the,
Oh, yeah,
the
Facebook.
apps and stuff.
Crap.
Every single app has something in their special stuff saying,
That
"Hey,
tracks
by
your
the way,
GPS.
we have the right to track this and do whatever we want."
right,
to with
we
it."
can track whatever you do on your phone.
And like you said,
we can listen to your microphone. We can do this. We can take your videos and
Yep.
pictures. We can go.
you can
verify.
say no if you want to,
Yeah,
but then you don't get to use the app. And at that point, what was the point of spending, thousands of dollars on a top of the line phone?
if it's going to track you wherever.
Well, I was saying if you can't use it
Right.
because you're not signing up for any of the apps or not able to get any of the apps
Exactly.
because you.
it's a matter of convenience over utility,
Yep.
and most of us have decided that it's not the biggest deal in the world for everybody to know where we are.
It's not worth it.
It's not the biggest deal because everybody posts it anyway. Everybody.
Yeah, so it's not exactly like you're hiding it. let's
Yeah,
be
nobody's
honest.
hiding where the location is, and the people that are hiding their locations are the ones that aren't actually using cell phones in that way.
Yeah.
They're the ones that don't have. They have flip phones. They've got brick phones. They've got landlines.
The burner phones.
They've
and
got a
stuff.
burner that they bought from Walmart and use the with the little card on there. The track phones. They use track phones. They had track phones, burners, all the rest of it. They never download apps. They never do anything unless they have to for a specific purpose, and then they get rid of it.
And even then, it's not.
Yeah. And even then, it's not tied to them personally. It's just tied to the phone, and they can get rid of the phone, or they can get rid of the SIM card, or whatever else. It doesn't matter. People that know how to get around it, get around it. For everybody else, it isn't a shady backdoor deal. It's the fact that we allow these companies, we allow these, what do they call? They don't call them companies. They call them app producers.
The creators.
The
or
creators
developers or
of these
whatever.
apps, the developers. Yeah, developers. There you go.
There you go.
App developers. We allow these developers and their companies and their backers to see everything that we do on a daily basis.
Yeah. No, we do.
So for
And all because we want to play a game.
yeah, all because we want to play a game, all because we want to check into a location and
Or take
show
a picture
people.
of
Right.
our food that we're eating or
Right.
whatever.
We want to Insta. Okay. We want to TikToks. We want to do the Facebooks.
We want tweets.
We want to tweets.
We
And
want to twit.
to do all that, to be a twit, to TikToks,
Yeah.
to run the Instas
Yeah.
in a gambit, you have to allow them your GPS location.
It's like, it doesn't make sense why.
But it is. It's
it
there.
is.
That's what they
But
use.
it is.
They
Oblivion
use that.
flickering over on Twitter. Wouldn't it be lovely if someone in power honored the spirit of the Constitution instead of just the letter of the law? Wouldn't it though?
Wouldn't it though?
Wouldn't it though? That would be
It'd be amazing.
one fine day. We're gonna have someone who's not a douche.
Right. Apps downloaded to mobile phones send location data to third-party companies that then sell that data, advertisers, marketers, and data brokers, even location data providers. And that information could be passed through several companies before it reaches to its end user, which could be government agencies willing to pay for the data, which is all of them.
Oh, I'm sure.
All of them. Every government agency is willing to pay for the data.
Oh yeah.
Now, here's the thing that you can do. Stop using your cell phone. Instead, go right back to a laptop only and download something like ExpressVPN.
Yeah. You could do that.
Not a sponsor yet.
Now you can also get VPNs for your phone.
Oh, yeah, you can get VPNs for your phone. You can get ExpressVPN for your phone. It's just,
A tad pricey,
it's pricey. And I mean, it's cheaper for the laptop itself.
but everybody uses a phone now.
So you might as well get it for your cell phone. And then whatever you do, you can pop in the VPN and say, boom, I want it to be this location. And then no matter where you are in the world, it'll show you
It'll
as
say-
somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, he's in Sweden.
He's now in Sri Lanka. How'd that happen? Oh,
Dear God, he moves fast.
Jeez, Louise.
Welcome to Holland.
How can I help you?
I'm just a wee little Dutch girl.
One of the companies selling app information in the government's was Xmode Social Inc.
Never heard of it.
I don't know. Upon the release of the reports for the data brokers selling location information for cell phone users to U.S. military contractors, Xmode software developed kits and location trackers were banned from the Apple stores and Google Play, the two biggest app stores in the world. Xmode's software developer kits were used in hundreds of apps with millions of users. It is illegal in the U.S. It is illegal for the U.S. government to directly surveil Americans without a warrant under the Fourth Amendment. That is true.
It is.
But we've
However-
all accepted this.
Well, and I was going to say they're probably not going to.
They're not going to consider it as surveilling when technically
nobody's seeing it. It's
you're
just,
always on camera. If you're in a big city, you're always on camera. Always.
no, and that's true too. But no, I was going to say from the angle that's a different angle. They're collecting the data. They're not
surveilling.
They're not surveilling it at
Right,
that
and
moment.
that's-
It's
that's
only
what they
there
use.
for if they need it.
Right. And that's the
They're
that's
not
the,
surveilling
They're
it,
putting
they're
it
just
in a
collecting.
storage bank.
Yeah.
They're never looking at it, supposedly. They're just skimming the surface and then throwing it in a storage bank for future reference.
Yeah, unless it's an obvious bad one. Yeah, they're going to skim it and toss it.
In 2018, the Supreme Court ruled that 5 to 4 impose limits on the ability of law enforcement to obtain cell phone data, pinpointing the past locations of criminal suspects in a major victory for digital privacy advocates. That was really good when it happened, but it, like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's one of those situations to where even if they did it, as long as the government can find a way to get it, they're going to get it anyway. And if you're in a situation to where the government has to get a warrant for your information and you still don't provide it,
They'll find
a way to get it.
They'll do what
They'll find a way to get it.
because they're the government.
Yep.
They have resources you don't have, and you're not allowed to have because you're just a little peasant, a
Yep.
lowly peasant.
And here's the kicker. Government agencies out there, all of them, not just ours,
But wait, that's more.
say that they're not doing anything illegal because technically they're buying a commercially available data that is supplied by users with their consent.
Because it's true, because it is consent.
It is consent.
Because
You have to consent to use the app.
everyone sits there and goes, oh, yeah, no, I read it."
the user agreement.
No, you didn't.
No, none of us read the
Nobody
user.
reads it
Are you
anymore.
really going to spend 45 minutes reading a user agreement with all the legalese and understand it fully?
No,
No.
nobody
No.
does.
Nobody does that. Nobody wants to do that. That's why they make it 45 pages and,
Yeah. They hear to and now after, and
all the legalese and everything else. And you just scroll down, you click I agree, and then go.
because you really want to play your little Nerf game or whatever.
Whatever
it
you're
is.
doing. You really want to play whatever. It doesn't matter.
Remember when it used to be like Angry Birds?
Oh. But Angry Birds doesn't track location.
No, I'm just saying popular game.
Oh, yeah. Angry Birds was a great one.
Have you played Angry Birds 2 yet?
Yeah, when it first came out,
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
or Plants vs. Zombies. The wife was really big on that one.
I played that a little bit. Not
Yeah,
a lot.
She was big on the second one.
I don't keep games on my phone very often.
I don't either.
There was one game that I did have.
I burn out usually.
I usually do too. There's one game that I had, and it was a like a trading card game similar to like Magic or Keystone or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Marvel. And
Oh yeah, I remember when you had that. Yeah.
you remember that?
Mhm.
I loved that game. It was so much fun. It was the artwork was fantastic. The way you could collect, like constantly, you were able to get stuff and upgrade. It was fantastic. Loved
Yeah,
it.
Sounds great.
And then Marvel started exploding.
And then
And
it
they
started
got
costing
huge.
money.
And then they realized, the company didn't have. They
didn't have the things.
They didn't
for
have the
it,
licensing and stuff. Yeah,
so they had to cut it.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you could only
I
get like
was
half the stuff
so sad. Like that was the only game for like 3 years straight
that you had on your phone.
that
yeah.
stayed on my phone.
Mhm.
Everything, like I deleted everything else all the time, constantly. Like that stayed there. That was my go-to. I was so sad.
Going back to our earlier conversation about you being in a sushi joint, Beef in the SAV. Dylan does a spot-on impression of my 5-year-old. So many words.
I know. I thought I did pretty good.
Yeah, that was
myself.
good. That was all right.
But yeah,
That's good lead on questions there.
I thought so
Yeah,
because
very
you have
well.
to set. This is radio. You
gotta
have
set the tone.
Exactly. People have to understand get it in their mind.
Mhm. You got to
What
be able
are
to
they
smell the
saying?
food.
Yeah, put them there.
Right.
I could have went into like the decor.
You could
of
only
the recipe.
imagine.
No, I'm not doing that.
That's only some people will get that song, and that's
I
fine.
know,
And it's perfectly fine to me.
but no, I
Very
remember-
niche.
It is very niche. See all the fun game. Like I don't have a lot of games I play constantly now. I mean, they put Magic the Gathering on Apple, so I play that now, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't. If I ever got a game, I'd have it for like a day or two, and then I'm done.
Yeah, you burn out.
Bored
quick.
out quick. on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's ADHD, I think. So.
I think that is. Yeah, I do too though. Within like a week,
yeah.
I'm usually burnt out. I'm okay. I'm almost a month on the one that I have right now. Almost a month.
Nice.
That's pretty good for
That's
me.
pretty good for you.
You know what is much better for me, though?
What's that?
American Bread Roasters coffee.
I know, I'm out. I've been out for a little while.
Yeah,
and
same
I didn't
here.
get the break like a moron, so.
It's fine. AmericanPrideRoasters.com is the place where you can get American Pride Roasters coffee. It is historically great coffee. It will make you swallow every time you put it in your mouth.
Guaranteed.
That's right. Go to our website, doaeshow.com. That's doaeshow.com. That is where you can find all of our podcasts and videos and the shop and everything else. Become a Defender with us. It's $5 a month, $50 a year. It's an amazing deal, and you get a shirt. It's awesome. You can also go to Mojo50. Pay them a little respect because they are amazing. That's mojo50.com, or hit the radio banner on the iHeartRadio for Mojo50 Radio over there.
All
With
the
that,
social medias.
All the social medias at DOA Show, etc.
Like, share, and comment, and all that fun jazz.
etc.
Y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all Monday.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.